is Ashlee Wells, and I'm a GLOBE alumni and recent graduate with a degree in environmental studies. This past March, I was a student participant on an ocean leadership sailing program, which included sailing 2,000 miles from Japan to Palau, all while learning how to sail and receiving engaging lectures and educational activities from our GLOBE educators on board. This is a story map I made, which we will be using as our visual for today's presentation. On board, there were 20 students from around the world and 2 GLOBE professors from Alaska.
I'm Christi Buffington, a GLOBE educator and trainer at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, and I'm so lucky to be chosen to be on this voyage as a GLOBE educator and ocean science educator. The generous funding that made this possible was the Ocean Research Institute, Ocean Policy Research Institute of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, who paid for the entire voyage and the supplies. And the time and also the meeting with the GLOBE country coordinator in Japan was funded by the Arctic and Earth STEM Integrating GLOBE and NASA project at the International Arctic Research Center. And we would just like to thank NASA for funding time and this amazing way to collaborate with the GLOBE country coordinator in Japan.
So on board, we were on a Japanese tall ship called MIRAIE, and MIRAIE in Japanese means to the future. Each day, as we were working towards our tall ship crew certifications, it truly felt like we were sailing towards a more sustainable future. And being at sea provided an ideal environment for us to monitor an otherwise unmonitored area of the Pacific Ocean. So while on board, we learned all the GLOBE protocols to make tons of different observations in this area of the Western Pacific. Along with that, we did different activities. Here is an image of us learning the cloud triangle. It's a memory tool to help students learn about cloud types. I can imagine it must have been hard for our professors on board because students range from ages 12 all the way to 24. For this activity, one of the youngest boys remembered the cloud types and was helping teach us older students. Learning about clouds was super valuable when navigating pressure systems and weather while sailing.
As an educator, GLOBE gave me everything I needed to teach on the fly without an internet. The GLOBE Observer app made it possible for students to make cloud observations from the deck every day. And then when we arrived in Palau, it was really easy to upload the data that we had collected over 2 weeks using internet. I repeat, it was really easy.
And here we are testing a water sample using GLOBE protocols, including temperature, pH, salinity, dissolved oxygen, and nitrates.
Last year at the GLOBE annual meeting in Denver, I participated in the training in the pilot Microplastics protocol. And from that training, I had the tools and the lesson plans needed to help everyone on the ship, including myself, learn about how to sample microplastics. In this video, we see how we sampled for microplastics and plankton. Every day we slowed to 2 knots, and we towed a plankton net for 30 minutes. We analyzed a subsample of that, and we sent it to JAMSTEC, the Japan Agency for Marine Earth Science and Technology. And we also used a microscope on the ship. The students used a microscope to look at the microplastics. And you get to have a little sample of that at our sharing session afterwards.
And we were able to contribute to the GLOBE database. And this was meaningful adding to GLOBE's mission, but it also allowed students to learn how to collect valuable scientific research and gave us all a newfound connection and curiosity towards the ocean.
One of the unique elements of being at sea and collecting data is figuring out what it all means. Sunny, a 6th grade student who recently moved from Japan to Tennessee, joined with Miraz, a law student from Bangladesh, who they wanted to find out if they could trust their data. Was their data accurate? GLOBE to the rescue. I had brought with me the GLOBE quality control procedure for dissolved oxygen. We had collected temperature, atmospheric pressure, salinity. Those are all of the parts that are, can you trust your data on that chart? So it was super helpful to use that chart. So then Sunny and Miraz created this poster on board with no internet, and then entered it on the GLOBE website.
And so to conclude, I would just like to say that working with students from around the world made me realize the power we have to address climate change when we all work together. Towards the end of our trip, Christi showed us a map where GLOBE students had collected data, and this had points all across the world, including our points in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I think I speak for all the fellow participants when I say I feel so proud and grateful to be part of such a large community of international climate scientists. And here we are holding our GLOBE monitoring certifications very proudly. Finally, I just want to say thank you to GLOBE and everyone for supporting this trip.